Somewhere on this coastline is Elton John's house. We're about to sail right past it. This is one day in Nice's port neighborhood. Coffee at Place Garibaldi, a shopping haul that went better than expected, a lunch we're still talking about just across the street from the harbor, then 2 hours to Monaco and back with the best view of arguably the most beautiful stretch on the whole Côte d'Azur, one small pastry disaster, and the juiciest real estate gossip on the Riviera. Let's start with that coffee. Wait, quick overview first. Nice's harbor sits just east of the old town, tucked behind Castle Hill, and today we're taking you around all sides of it. And as far northwest as Place Garibaldi. Later, by boat, we hug the coast the whole way to Monaco and back. So we're gonna take a boat this afternoon from right there to Monaco at 4 p.m. and that's actually more than 6 hours to kill from now, but we've got plenty of nice things planned for you, so come along. And just like that, we're at Place Garibaldi, coffee in hand. The waiter granted our first wish of the day and he did not skimp. Proper big coffee. This is what a perfect start to the day looks like for us. We're not the only ones nursing a drink here at 10 in the morning on one of the prettiest squares in the city. By the way, we could have gotten breakfast here too. Around us, the city wakes up to its typical August bustle, just with a handbrake pulled, because it's hot. While we catch up on each other's summer holidays away from the Côte d'Azur, take a look around the square. There are cafes on all 4 corners and tourists everywhere. These right here are getting the full story on who Garibaldi was, the man this square is named after. He was actually born right here in Nice back in 1807, before becoming one of the men who united Italy. But then we've got to get going. Shopping's next on the agenda. This neighborhood between Place Garibaldi and the harbor turns out to be great shopping territory if small boutiques and off-the-radar labels are your thing. You have to hunt for them a bit in the side streets, but Anya, of course, has already found one. It fits, but buying something at the very first shop we hit? No way. Next door, a boulangerie-pâtisserie catches our eye. Those tarts. I can't help myself. I grab a tartelette au citron to save for later on the boat. We let ourselves drift through the sweetest narrow lanes, past surprise courtyards. This lovely street, Rue Cassini, runs straight from Place Garibaldi down to the harbor. There are a couple of nice shops here too, but we're drawn to the little streets branching off it. Rue Bonaparte is where this part of town goes to eat and drink. Just around the corner, Anya spots the next boutique. Tiny, almost easy to miss from outside. But just like that, we both walk out with something. You'll probably see it in one of our next videos. One more stretch of windows to browse, and then a boutique we're properly smitten with. Playful accessories, bold clothes that just pop on camera. Anya picks up a slice of cake for the boat too, at Patisserie Pistache, a place we've been wanting to show you for ages. Sweet spot right by the harbor with the most tempting pastries. You'll just have to wait and see what Anya chose. You've probably clocked it by now. This harbor is basically the reason our whole day looks the way it does. So it's about time you got a proper look at it. This used to be swampland until the Duke of Savoy drained it in the 1750s and built Nice's first real harbor right here. Of course, there's always something happening, whether it's out on the water or along the quays. And honestly, this place has really come into its own over the past few years. It's gorgeous now. Not the industrial waterfront you'd expect from a big city. This one's pretty all the way around, even with massive ships and ferries pulling in and out. And somehow they've managed to fill it with life that has nothing to do with shipping. Little secret, there's even a small fresh fish market here, mornings between 10 and noon. Quick thing before we sit down for lunch. If you're after tips like these from all along the Riviera, we've packed them all into one guide. It's $15.90, 102 pages, built for your phone with clickable links straight to every place we mention. Links in the description, or just scan the QR code. Next up, food. We'd already reserved a table at Bistrot du Port early this morning. Word is, this place does one of the best lunch deals in town. The chef here, José Orsini, spent 5 years cooking under Alain Ducasse before opening this place himself more than 25 years ago, back when this harbor looked nothing like it does today.
So I'm really happy to be here, and we got already our starter, and this is a lunch deal, and a friend told me about it, and she comes on a really regular basis because she really likes it. So, and finally we are here now.
The lunch menu runs 22 euros and comes with wine and coffee, plus a set starter and main, of course. Today's starter is Œufs mayonnaise, a French bistro classic, hard-boiled eggs under a blanket of mayo. And they don't just look great, they taste even better. The really distinctive flavor we couldn't quite place. Chef Orsini later let us in on the secret. That particular flavor comes from tarragon in the sauce. And suddenly it's obvious why this place has such a good reputation. Oh, and did we mention how hot it's been this summer? The main holds its own against the starter too, salmon tartare with homemade fries. The tartare especially is perfect for this kind of heat. And there's that same fine touch again. This time it's fresh dill doing the work. Our verdict, the location right on the harbor is lovely, even with the cars whizzing by just a few feet away, and the food was unbeatable. One more plus, the chef comes round to check in with every table himself, making sure everyone's happy with their meal. Turns out, those 6 hours we had to kill, we're almost through them already, and it really wasn't so bad. All we had to do now was hop across the street. Right opposite the restaurant is exactly where our boat's about to dock, the one taking us out to sea. Not the massive cruise ship, obviously. The sweet little silhouette pulling in right now, that one's ours. For us and the rest of the waiting crowd, it's Monaco next. Trans Côte Azur runs trips daily out of Nice. You can also get to Villefranche, Cannes or Saint-Tropez. Anya and I are going with Monaco because, as crazy as it sounds, I don't think either of us has ever actually seen the Principality from the water. Alright, here we go. We ease out of the harbor, slow and steady, heading for open water, past other boats and some seriously grand houses. The second we clear the harbor, the captain opens up, full speed to Monaco. That's why the ride out only takes 35 minutes, and the wind in our faces feels incredible in this heat. For the way back, the guide on board promises a slower pace, with commentary on everything we pass. Works for us and gives us time to deal with our pastries. So what did Anya get in the end? Oh, a cream tart with apricot and rosemary. A little worse for wear after the trip over. I'm ridiculously excited for my lemon tart. And then, well, let's just say we hadn't quite thought through what hours of hauling a cream tart around at 35-degree heat might do to it. Full disclosure, I still ate it. Yummy, even warm. By the time we've recovered from our pastry disaster, Monaco's already coming into view. The second skyscrapers start piling up right on the water, you just know, this can only be the Principality. We pass Cap d'Aille on the way to Monaco's Fontvieille district, and right next to it, the Rock. Up top, that's the Oceanographic Museum and the cathedral. Here in Fontvieille's harbor, we pick up a whole crowd of new passengers. People who'd already come over from Nice that morning to check out Monaco. Then we're straight back on the move, heading further east first, so we actually get to see the whole Principality. So, what do you think? Pretty massive backdrop against the mountains, right? Meanwhile, we've turned around and we're heading back toward Nice. This time, like promised, we hug the coast much closer than we did on the way out, and we get to see coves we usually only know from land with completely fresh eyes.
Like all the cities between Nice and Monaco, Cap developed at the 19th century because tourism began to spread at this period of time. First of all, we had Russian people and then mainly English people. This is why we have the Promenade des Anglais in Nice, the stroll of the English people. They were coming not for a summer, which is too warm, but for a winter, which is very mild. And they were the builders of these Belle Epoque houses you can see on our right, which are now of course, villas for billionaires. La Mala behind us is a very fashionable beach. You meet celebrities there. You leave your yacht to go and have lunch on this beach. A very pleasant place, by the way.
We're slowly closing in on Cap Ferrat, but before that, up on the hill, Èze Village.
If you look on top of the hill before us on our right, you can see a village which is one of the most beautiful villages we have in the region.
Below Èze Village, we learn, sit the homes of more than a few rock stars. After Beaulieu-sur-Mer, Saint-Jean-Cap Ferrat rises up ahead of us. And we find out there are actually boats like this one, supply boats, whose whole job is hauling around the toys for the yacht next door. Helicopters, jet skis, whatever else you might need out here. We round the Cape now and let ourselves get swept up by the Grand Hotel, the one we took you to once before, and the lighthouse just a few hundred meters further on. We skipped the Bay of Villefranche-sur-Mer on this tour. If you want it, you can book a boat trip just for that. Instead, Nice comes back into view, and we catch glimpses of a few houses you wouldn't mind living in, would you? Here, for example, the late Sean Connery's house. It's actually up for sale. Or way up there, that's where Elton John keeps his ever so humble place. But before we know it, we're back in the harbor, and climbing straight off one boat and onto the next. So this cute little boat is ours in a minute. The light blue shuttle boat Loup Passagine runs all summer long, morning till night, ferrying passengers from one side of the harbor to the other, and it's free. 2 minutes later, we're on the other side, and we head straight for Le Plongeoir. We keep showing you this crazy restaurant built into the rock again and again. Sorry, not sorry, it's just too special to skip. But tonight all we're after is one drink to cap off a pretty great day. And that means the bar down at the foot of the rocks, not the restaurant upstairs. Not bad either, and a lot more shade. And that's our day around Nice's harbor. Steal the parts you love, skip the ones you don't, and make it your own day out. Until the next one, see you somewhere along the Riviera.